Welcome to the series Programming in Python with Muhammad Abu Bakr Siddiq Ansari, which is me, and Cyrus Akacha Cyprian by Ansari Codes
Yeah, thank
Community.
you.
This is free series. You can learn Python programming, how to implement it in real world, the basic concepts to the advanced, and we will also cover important things which are fundamental for every programmer and developer. Let us start today's class. And in today's class, we will cover two main topics. Definition of programming, what the programming is, what makes a programming the programming, and how computers understand it. So we will discuss these 2 points. First of all, let us discuss what is programming. Uh, we all know how computers work. We give some instructions to them and they generate response or output. We call them output and it is better to say. For example, take clicking. When you click on the screen, you are actually giving a real instruction to the computer that I have clicked at this pixel and these like things, and the computer just make a response to that instruction that you click. In the same way, if we start writing those instructions in a file with the obeying some rules which we will learn in next classes, we call the process the programming. So writing the instructions in specific order is called programming. So we can define programming as programming is the process of designing and writing instructions that a computer can execute to perform specific tasks, or it is the a structured process where we design every instruction by ourselves and write obeying some rules. For example, in English, we have to when we have to write a sentence, we have to obey a rule. In the same way, we have to obey rules, the word order for now, to write those instructions and design, because we have to design the concept. What we have intended the computers to do, we have to explain it clearly to them, and computer executes them and perform a specific task, and this way we do programming. I forgot to say that my English is not good. It is very poor. You can estimate it from my accent and my words. You are also noticing, I know I have made many mistakes throughout,
Yeah, no
but you
problem. We
have
can
to,
understand.
you send something.
No, that we can understand your English. No,
Oh, thank you. So, well, you guys don't have to
you
notice my
understand?
grammar. You guys have to get the point.
Yeah,
The
yeah, it's
second
very.
thing and the important thing, how computers understand us, how they know what we are saying them to do, telling them to do. Uh, so, whenever we have to communicate with each other, we always use a language. It can be like sign language without sound, but it is. We always need language. If I have to communicate with Cyrus, maybe I have to use English language. Maybe with the other one, I have to use Urdu and the Spanish Mandarin extra. We call them natural languages because we use them to communicate naturally. In the same way,
Yeah,
when you have to give instructions to computer, you have to tell it in some language in a specific way, and we call that language the programming language. I'm sorry because my computer is very slim, but I think so. It's not a problem, Cyrus.
yeah, yeah. It's not a problem. We can see
Yeah,
clearly.
I think it's the new generation of computers. By the way, uh, so we use programming language to tell computers what to do. To write their instructions, we use programming language. There are many programming languages: Python, C, C++, Java, Julia, and we know our course is about Python. So to sum
Yeah,
up these two things, natural language is the language that we use to communicate with each other. And if the second person is computer, if we have to tell computer what to do, if we have to give instructions to the computer, we have to use programming language. And so
yeah,
now, this is I think so not uh, a fearing. I'm struggling with my English now, by the way. This is human code, what you are seeing. We can understand it, we can read it. Even if we don't know the meaning, we can still read it. X equal 2 plus 3, print X. And I hope so it is not difficult for you to understand that we are just adding 2 into 3 and storing it in a variable. We will learn this thing in the next lectures, that what a variable is. But for now, just understand that 2 plus 3 evaluates to 5, which we are printing out. It doesn't mean literal printing on a document or a page. It means just to display as output. So this is human code, which is using the familiar symbols plus equal, the parentheses, and the English words and letters, extra numbers. So it is kind of understandable for us. So we call it human code. But we all know that computer uses binary language, which is in the form of zeros and ones. You have learned these things in your school. I don't have to explain. Computers uses a binary number system, 0 and 1. So their question arises, how computer can understand our human code, which is only understandable for us. As the name suggests, human code, it is understandable for humans, while the computer operates on zeros and one. So there must be a way in which computer is understanding our human codes while it is only understanding zeros and ones. Let's just take a real world practical life analogy. If I'm a native Urdu speaker, so if I have to communicate with an English speaker, I cannot do directly, even though I am speaking English, but you are noticing that my English is very weak. In case if I have to communicate with a person who is speaking English and I'm speaking Urdu, how we can understand each other? Yes, there's a solution. It is Google Translate. We can translate Urdu into English and English into Urdu to understand each other what we are trying to say each other. In the same way, we translate human code into
Yeah,
the machine code, which is understandable for machines, the language of zeros and ones, which we can also call bytes or bits. Uh, we translate that human code, which is understandable for us, easy to write for us, into the machine code, which is not easy to read for us, but easy to read for machines through the softwares or the translators that we call translators. As the name suggests, it translates human code into the machine code. Translators just
yeah,
translate human code into the machine code so machines can run that code.
yeah. So they can understand so that they can understand very well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so hopefully you got me. One thing more, that this means that machines never see Python. They never see C or our human code. They just get zeros and ones, which are converted by translators.
Yeah, either a compiler or an interpreter, right?
Yeah, we will discuss it in the next class.
All right.
Okay, so this is the whole process or
Mm.
the flow of how human code is converted, it is executed, and output is generated. Human code goes to the translator, translator gets that human code and converts into the machine code, which we also call bit code, which goes into the system. System executes that machine code and generates output, which is recorded back into the readable format, which is 5 in this case. Because 2 plus 3 evaluates to
Yeah,
5, it is not that high level mathematics to understand. However, this is the process. Human code goes into the translator. Translator gets that human code, converts to machine code. Machine code is fed to the computers, into the computers. Computers execute that machine code, and output is generated. So this is the summary of the whole of the process. Did you get my point?
yes. I get. Yeah, I'm also recording it.
Yeah. So, to summarize today's lecture, we have discussed what programming is. Programming is the process of writing instructions for the computer to perform a specific task. We just write instructions in a specific order and obeying some rules, which we call syntax. We will learn it in the next
Yes. I
class.
get programming.
Okay, so we discussed what programming is. We discussed what human
Sorry, the
code is.
network is bad. If you can hear the
No problem, no problem. and the human code is only understandable by humans. Humans can read it, can write it easily. Yeah, with some difficulty, but it becomes easy once you learn it. And then translator converts it into the machine code, which is just the sequence of zeros and ones, which is only understandable by machines. And the whole process is done by the translators. Translator converts human code into the machine code, and the human code consists of many languages called the programming languages, the languages in which we write the instructions that can be Python, C, CPP, or etc. So this is the summary of today's lecture,
Yeah.
and you can ask away anything that you didn't understand. And if there are some ask away in the group, in the Discord server, in the question answers channel, we are always here in the daytime, and we can answer your questions. And thank you so much for attending this class by Ansari Course Community.